What is going on, guys? Jason Burke here, Styles Clash for Life, coming at you on YouTube, and today I've got another edition of The Drive-In, where I review recent movies that are just in theaters, and I tell you guys whether it is worth seeing right away, waiting for DVD or on demand, or skipping it altogether. And today on The Drive-In, I've got another 2019 release that I just got back from seeing. This one was one of the most hyped trailers for me in a long time. Looked super original, looked like a lot of fun. And that movie is Ma. I finally got to see it, even though I'm 2 weeks late. I tried 4 different times with 4 different friends, and the plans got canceled each time for one reason or another. And so I finally went out today and saw Ma. And I gotta say, overall, very, very good. I enjoyed it a lot. I will start off this review as I usually do on The Drive-In by giving you guys a non-spoiler, spoiler-free section where I talk about the movie and rate it. And then at the end of this video, I will give you guys the spoilers for my full review. So this movie, Ma, is directed by Tate Taylor, who also directed The Help, if you guys recognize that movie, which I do, and it was quite fun as well. Written by Tate Taylor and Scotty Landez, and starring Octavia Spencer, Diana Silvers, and Juliette Lewis. Ma is the story of a bunch of kids looking for a fun place to party and an adult to buy them alcohol because they're minors. They run across someone who they affectionately refer to as Ma, and she winds up having too much of a connection with these kids, giving them a basement to safely drink and party in. And again, things get a little too connected, and Ma winds up being not exactly the friendly adult proprietor that you think she is. Things start to unravel, and you start to see part of Ma's backstory and figure out why Ma is the way she is. So it is a thriller about an adult getting a little too close to kids and figuring out what happens in between and before. Overall, I really enjoyed this. I thought it was shot pretty flawlessly. I didn't notice any gaffes or anything in cinematography. I really enjoyed the choice of music for the soundtrack. That was solid. I liked the end credits music especially. Not too much music in this, but the stuff they used for the party soundtrack was nice. They used a lot of cool panning and twisting party shots. Anytime there's a big wild party, you have to have those slow motion shots, those ruckus scenes where everyone's jumping up and down. Those were shot pretty well. The location in which Ma's house is, down this long dirt road, on this slight right turn into Ma's house, looked really good. The set was decorated well. I thought Ma's house, both originally and later on as the house evolved, her basement was done well. So props to the set designer there. And the location people for making this a nice, fun, deserted, creepy-looking house, but still kind of comfortable enough for these kids to want to come in and party. The casting here was spot on. I really enjoyed this movie, acting-wise. Octavia Spencer as Ma. This is one of those cases where she took a little bit, and this could have gone goofy and been a silly movie, but because of her acting, because of the way she portrayed this character, and the different levels of pain and sadness and aggression and happiness and silliness all put together into one, Octavia Spencer is an example of somebody in horror that deserves a major award at the end of the year. I know that horror is considered a redheaded stepchild in the film industry when it comes to major award shows, but Octavia Spencer truly delivered here. Diana Silvers as well. She was also in 2019's Booksmart, which I have not seen yet, but I heard that she is a breakout star, and I really enjoyed her in this. She was kind of the main character. She just moved to town after her parents split up, and she winds up kind of getting into this new pack of friends and kind of starts seeing signs that Ma is a little creepy. In terms of the gore factor and the deaths in here, they're fairly creative. There's not a whole lot of gore or anything, mostly just blood after the fact, but some of the scenes have some really nice tension in them, in the way they're built up. So I really enjoyed, and I can't talk about the deaths obviously in the non-spoiler section, but I will say this. The one big negative to Ma is that it's very predictable. It wasn't nearly as creative as I thought it would be. It is a trope we've seen a lot before. I kind of predicted this plot when I saw the trailer. I kind of gave my thoughts on the trailer, and I guessed it exactly what I thought it would be. Then watching this movie, I'm hoping, as I'm watching this, that I'm going to be a little wrong about the trailer, or that it's only going to be one part of a bigger twist or a bigger story. It actually wound up being exactly what I thought it was. And 5 minutes in, I was like, okay, that's exactly the story I expected that they were going to tell. So it does not subvert you at all. Right away, you can figure out, especially when they start going to flashbacks, you can figure out why Ma is the way she is, what the plan is here, what she's trying to do. But I will say this. It's an hour and 40 minutes. It's paced pretty well. They do a good job of kind of building up the Ma character and showing little flashbacks in spurts instead of giving it to you all at once. So it is well paced, and even though you know exactly where it's going, getting from point A to point B is done very well. So overall, I enjoyed the way they chose to get here, even though I knew the destination. It was a fun ride. So predictability, overdone tropes, but done so in a way that is paced well, acted well, shot well, and easy to follow and easy to watch. It is a mindless, fun thing, and for those of you that aren't big into horror, the tension is good, and if you can't guess where it's going, you're going to really enjoy the unveils as we go. Please excuse me, I have some breathing issues right now. But that is all for my non-spoiler section. I'm going to give this movie a 7 out of 10. Definitely worth going to check out in theaters if you get the chance. If you don't make it to theaters, grab this on demand or Redbox or Vudu or whatever program is out there for this. This is worth seeing right away. And I'm certainly going to own this on DVD. I would say this is in my top 5 or 6 horror movies this year. Probably on the high end of my top 10, and I think it'll be there toward the end of the year. Overall, because I really enjoyed, like I said, the way it's shot, the way it's acted, the way it's paced, and even though I knew the story, I enjoyed the way they unveiled the story. So 7 out of 10 for me. Now, quickly, spoiler section. So if you have not seen Ma and you want to see it, pause this video, go back and watch the movie, and then come back here and check it out. Spoilers from this point forward. All in all, basically the story of Ma is these kids want to party. They ask Ma to buy them some beer. Ma figures out that one of them is related to somebody she knew back in high school from their van. She sets it up so they call the cops on the kids and partying in their field so she can make the kids come party in her basement. She uses her basement and the fact that she can buy alcohol and buy weed and let the kids party. She uses that as a way to get close to these kids because all their parents are people she went to high school with. You see in flashbacks that as we go along, the kids in the high school all picked on Ma. They she was the nerd. They kind of pretended to like her and set her up for a bunch of humiliating things. Just like it was done in Carrie, just like it was done a million times before. Prom night, the prom night movies. There's several other ones where the main character is a nerd who you believe they're trying to become friends with, and they actually just want to make a joke of. So she actually uses this. Slaughter High, there's so many other ones that I can't think of off the top of my head, but this has been done many times before. But again, it's done pretty well here. So Ma gets close to all the children of the parents that abused her years ago, uses them to get close to the parents again. One by one starts to kind of kill the parents and get revenge on the kids because she is still unbalanced. And she has a daughter who is sick, but she's using her animal tranquilizer medicine. She's a veterinarian. She uses these medicines to keep her daughter in the house and keep her close to her so her daughter doesn't get hurt. So she's twisted and is taking out the sins of the parents on the children. Again, it's been done a million times, but it's done in such a twisted way that I like it. I like when she runs the one lady down with her car. It's very quick and very savage and very sudden. Good sound design. There's a situation where she ties up her old lover to a bed and uses like animal meds to put him down like an animal. That was done well. There's a scene where she's torturing each person in the basement. And she gives them all her individual punishments in the basement, which is a nice scene. And the ending, which I liked. Kind of obvious. The house is burning down. The daughter gets rescued. The kids get out alive but injured. And Ma lays down next to her dead lover on the bed to let her house burn in flames. So I predicted the ending as well. But again, overall, it's fun to watch. It's well-paced. I would recommend it. 7 out of 10. So what do you guys think of Ma? If you have seen it, what do you guys think? Tell me in the comments below. What else would you guys like me to check out as far as horror 2019 and review on my channel? Come back next time. The drive-in will keep on going, and I will see you guys real soon.